Hey everybody, it's Kantus here, again with some more Don't Starve, but this time it's Don't Starve Together. And I'm starting a new world, and I thought you guys would be curious to see the settings, so this is the Watch and Learn series that I'm going to do for Don't Starve Together. I'm going to bring in some friends later on to help, but I thought I'd kickstart this series with just telling you what I'm going to do, and you guys can see my world gen. As you can see, everything is default. The only thing I've changed is world loops, size, and branches. That's the only preference I have. Other than that, this is vanilla as vanilla can be. If I missed anything, please let me know. I onced over this thing not too long ago. And the same thing with the caves. The caves are the same exact thing. You know, most lang branches, no loops, because oh, let me throw that to huge, actually. I don't like world loops. They confuse me. Other than that, everything is default, so you guys are going to get the default experience. I have a couple of mods on here for some flavor. Mostly Animal Variety is one of my favorites, so don't kill me on that one. Abigail is literally just, it drags Abigail away from combat, because I know a couple of people are going to be playing Abigail. Global positioning, so I don't lose track of these goobers, looking for them for like a month. And Painted Pig House, Quick Drop. Quick Drop is just utility for me if I'm trying to give them items. Set piece configuration, so I can show you guys the set pieces in the series, and if I run into them, I can show you how to deal with them. Especially in Don't Starve Together with the health boost and wormhole markers. That's it. Other than client mods, it's just some, you know, mini map and gesture wheel and geometric placement, you know, combined status, boss indicators. Nothing too crazy. So if you guys wanted a pure vanilla playthrough, sorry, I really like my mods. So let's go ahead and launch this server. I'm gonna create it, and let's get a kick on this series. I'm gonna show you what I do when I first jump into a Don't Starve Together server, especially if it's a brand new one, Autumn Day 1. That way you guys can see my steps and hopefully learn on the way. I'm just gonna give out helpful tips during this series like I normally do in the Watch and Learn ones, but this and the fact that I'm gonna have more people, thus a little bit more chaos when it comes to having a Don't Starve Together world. As you know, DS and DST is very different. Simply the fact that you have to deal with other people. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna do a basic. Let's just do Winona. It's easy. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for that one, but Winona is a baseline character, so you guys can see the stats. You know, I'll go ahead and close the minimap so you guys don't get bothered by it. But yeah, other than that, you know, as soon as you jump into a server, your main priority should be getting twigs and grass, in my opinion, so you can get a torch. That way you don't die of the night. Sure, Flint is nice, making a pick. Ooh. Wow. That's a lucky boon. Wow. That's a new one for me. So, we got early game stuff. Yay. 9% pickaxe. Oh goody. So I'm just going to gather some resources right now and just organize it in my inventory and get the lay of the land to see what we're working with here. By far, one of the most requested series for me to do is something with Don't Starve Together, because people want to learn in Don't Starve Together rather than just normal Don't Starve. Let's get some early game food, seeds and butterfly wings. Honestly, in autumn, I think this is when you get the most amount of food, and it's the easiest time to gather. So what you want to do is grab as much twigs and grass. If you're playing with friends, share. Don't go grabbing all the twigs and grass in the starter area and just bounce. Because at that point, you're leaving your friends to die when the night comes around if they join late or something like that. At least make them a fire pit or something. That way they can throw what meager gains they have in there. But obviously, because I'm playing by myself right now, I can just grab whatever I'd like. I'd say get into the habit of not grabbing everything you see like here. Normally everybody would harvest all the food. I'm not going to touch any of that. You can grab all the food that you need in the first couple days on the go. You don't need to come and break these boons of food when you're just walking around. Let's get our fancy axe out. And my preference is to go for the lumpy trees. Simply because I don't have to carry around pine cones. And it's less clutter. Just gives me wood. Just gives me what I want. And you want to be going for the bigger trees that give you more wood, that way we can get our little campfire going in the beginning. So, the one thing I want to do right now, purely, is try to get a base going and somewhere ideal location from all the biomes that we can get to. Somewhere close to a sinkhole, close to any biomes that we probably need to get to. So let's go ahead and break this pickaxe just to get it out of my inventory. There's no way I was going to get that. So what we're going to do is come over hither. I like to get a full stack of twigs, full stack of grass, and a full stack of wood when I'm exploring. But that's just my personal preference. You guys don't have to do that. You guys can pick as you go, or you guys can just, you know, take what you need. Oh, looks like we found some spooters. Good early game meat if you guys are into that, you little Wakeford mains. And I see a shovel over here. If you guys are the brave sort and you guys don't care about your sanity, you guys could dig up this entire graveyard looking for gold or gears. Be a good start for you guys, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that because I know the little secret surprise. If you guys didn't know, this is a set piece called the Developer's Graveyard, and if you read it, is all the clay developers. Everybody who worked on Don't Starve Together is here. It's just everybody here is like a cute little Easter egg. If you dig up every single one of these graves or come here on a full moon, all the ghosts will spawn at the same time. So be careful if you guys want to get greedy for the graves. And remember guys, ghosts follow you for a very long time. So you got to be real careful about that. These red mushrooms, I'd normally say stay away from them. Especially because it's dusk and you can't pick them. But there's a couple cheeky ways you could use those in Don't Starve Together and Don't Starve. I think it's funny, but mostly use them for filling your crock pot. It looks like we're in just one of the normal forests. I see gold over here, a bunch of gold. So we can go over there if we get some more flint. I don't want to pick any fight with spiders right now because I don't have any armor. You guys could, just tied into your kite them, killing them with one of the flint weapons, the little tools in the beginning, but I highly advise against it. It's not worth it for what you're going to get. You're not going to be able to use these materials just yet, so there's no point in risking your health just to get some free loot that you can get later much easier. See a bunch of pig houses too. They're going to come in handy later. Alright, let's go see if we can find a little bit more flint. And no luck with the flint part. I thought there was going to be some lying around. I'm going to go ahead and open my little mini-map. Keep it that I'm on the right path. I'm stuck on a tree. Now don't worry about these spider nests, guys. We're going to come back and utilize these in these pig houses too. It's very strange having a spawn right next to a big old set piece like that. So one of the biggest tips I can give you guys is don't pull up that magic. But if you guys are working as a team, coordinate where you guys are going. That way you guys just don't spread apart and start, opening up all the eldritch horrors that are in DST servers. I'd say a big part of being in a successful Don't Starve server is communication. If you guys have Discord or some way to communicate, even typing, just like, hello, communicate with your team what you guys are doing, what are you guys working for, what's your goal. Don't just go around gathering random things, because then you're going to end up with 50 saplings at your base and nobody has berry bushes and nothing to fertilize it with. Prioritize your tasks. Obviously, in the first couple days of the game, you guys are going to want to do nothing but explore the map, get a lay of the land, see what kind of random world gen that you guys got. That way, it's not too crazy. But other than that, I'd say it's Don't Starve Together, not look at me, what I can do, and Don't Starve alone. I would say most people, yes, there are very, very skilled people in this game, and they know how to bend this game to their will. But I would recommend to you guys to work together if you guys are still learning. Work together, stay within earshot. That way you guys can learn where you guys are. You guys can learn where specific things are on in the map, and then that way, see, look, the darkness takes forever to come here. You don't even need to worry about it. Yeah, I'm playing Winona and I get a free hit, but still. I would say definitely work with your teammates and see what you guys want to do and work towards an ultimate goal. That way you guys could have a really successful server really early on. Let's go ahead and put another log in here just to get rid of it. And you can go ahead and cook these berries. You can leave them in your inventory for a long time. There's different combinations with different characters that you guys can do. So obviously a lot of people would argue there's like a dream team and Don't Starve Together, but I urge you guys to play whoever you guys want. It's not about what's most efficient. You guys are not a factory. You guys are just having fun, right? So I urge you to play whoever you're comfortable with, whoever you like the most. And try out new things. It's Don't Starve Together. If you die, you die. Like, just get a different character. There are also mods out there that allow you to change your character at will, if you guys really are not digging the person that you picked. So I advise you to look up those mods as well. And if you guys aren't comfortable with mods, or if you think it's cheating, it's really not. A lot of them are utilitarian in usage, and I would advise you to look past it if you guys are struggling with Don't Starve in the beginning. Mods are intimidating, but like, look, these two simple mods can help you from getting lost and keep track of your stats. I do it simply because I don't like hovering over these things every time I want to know. I just want to know the number now, you know what I mean? It's more of a laziness thing than actual practicality. But wormhole markers really help you. Global positioning will really help you guys in the long run if you guys are struggling to stay alive in a DST server where everything hits a little bit harder. So let's continue wandering over here. I want to look up a beachhead that we're going to spearhead our little base of operations that we're going to make here. And we're going to start getting some people together here, and then we're going to make a really big server and see how long this thing can last as a series. It'll go from the beginning as a guide to help you guys learn and don't starve to seeing how long we can last the gauntlet that is DST and how big a base we can get. I mean, end goal is to get a lot of different things here. So we just got our second flint, which means we can get a pickaxe. Go ahead and make that pickaxe real quick. That way we don't forget about it and use our flint accidentally. If you notice, I'm not picking up grass tufts or saplings because they are literally everywhere. So you guys don't need to worry about those gumming up your inventory. You can just always come back. Avoid that frog. You guys can always come back for the grass tufts, but I'm picking up berry bushes because those are a little bit more spread out. Literally going through this biome, like what, 3 saplings right there. You can go ahead and grab those on the way back if you guys are getting a little lost. Ooh, and another little set piece. If you guys are looking for a little bit of a combat challenge, this is where you guys want to go. They hit hard. So go ahead and eat the butterfly wings to heal up. Due to performance or ooh, I'm gonna leave this boon here because it's a little bit too much of a boon for me. I'll come back for it, but I will take the pickaxe because I want to go do some mining. That is also part of the set piece, and I believe I can't control the spawns, but it gives you random loot with those boons as well. But mostly I want the traps. I want ooh, something like this. Like, that looks like fun. Look at all that free loot. And then as soon as you walk over here, there's tentacles everywhere. We'll come back for this. But yeah, there's tentacles all over that little trap. So you guys got to really keep an eye out for, you know, pretty much anything. Look at that. This is going to be frog legs all over there. I won't pick it up just yet. I'll come back later. Frog legs do spoil quickly, so you got to be quick if there's something like that near your set piece. You can just get a lot of free food like that. And really bend the biomes of this game to your will. Don't be afraid to use pigs, use spiders, use bunnymen to get your free stuff. So we're going over here, and there seems to be a mosaic biome over here. So let's go get some gold. Pick up, plenish our flint, get some gold. Now at this point, we have enough to build a science machine. So what I like to do is get enough so I can get a hammer. So let's just grab a couple more of these. Get this berry vegetable over here. So we can break this pickaxe. Well, there's a lot of gold here. So what I like to do, especially when I'm playing with friends, is what I like to call it a pit stop. Just make a science machine willy-nilly like that, and just make the bare essentials. So what you want to do is make a backpack, invent rope, invent a spear, and then if you haven't already, invent a shovel. That way you guys can get all the stuff here. Put the extra pickaxe here. You guys don't have to put them where, you guys can put them wherever you guys want. If you guys like to do the setup where you guys have your tools and everything on your hotbars, if that's the kind of player you guys are, I will not judge you. Go ahead and do that. It's just my preference to put them in my backpack. And I like to make a hammer. A hammer is important early game. So let's go ahead and break this pickaxe that we found in the world, rather than use our one that we found. Actually, we didn't make that one. We found that pickaxe too. They're both fake pickaxes. So now we have a backpack so we can keep our tools a little bit separated from just all our normal loot. This is usually the first thing I look for. Grab a nice little stack of flint. Go ahead and mine as much as we can. And remember those pig houses that we saw in the beginning of the game. We're going to go back to those, because I'm going to show you something a little easier to do than building a full-fledged alchemy engine out of nowhere. If you guys are really new to Don't Starve, you guys don't know what a science machine. It is the basic crafting station that you need to find gold, wood, and rocks for. It essentially allows you to go up the tech tree and learn a little bit more recipes before you go on. Very helpful, very useful. And every time you invent something, you get about 15 sanity, I believe. Not off the top of my head that I can remember. But you get a decent chunk of sanity back when you invent. So when you're running around in the darkness and you don't have enough sanity, don't worry about it. Inventing all this stuff will literally help you in the long run. So this is no longer needed because I don't have any comrades around here who need to invent their stuff. So we can go ahead and grab our little pit stop science machine and move on. Go ahead and break this pickaxe here. Don't need it yet. I'm walking around with a spear because, you know, I don't know no better. So, gathering as much gold as physically possible because we're going to need it later, trust me. It's a lot better to stock up on gold now than want it later when you actually need it. That way you're not stuck making little gold runs every 5 minutes. Especially in Don't Starve Together, when you're not just gathering for yourself, you're gathering for your party. You want to grab as much as you can. If you think you have enough, grab a little bit more because you probably need it for the rest of your party. So we're going to go back over here where there was some extra gold and there was a couple pig houses. And I'll show you guys my little trick. There's a green shroom right here, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. That way we can get some free sanity. So at this point we really don't need to make a fire. We're not that hungry or that unhealthy, so we can just make a torch and walk around. We're going to need the torch later on anyways. And if you guys want to get a kickstart on your base, go ahead and light a tree on fire like that, and then you guys can work in the dark. I'm going to grab these bone shards for later. We'll come back to that burning tree. But it creates a little bit of light so we can, you know, mess around. You don't want to go starting forest fires, so make sure it is pretty far away from a lot of other trees. So, like this one would be a no-no. You know, this will light the rest of them on fire. But this one's fine. You can go ahead and get that stump. So if they're a fair distance away, they won't light anything else on fire. And the reason I'm gathering seeds is so I don't need to waste materials to eat. Like all these berries and carrots and stuff like that. I'm not just shoving them down my gullet. So, these random pig houses in the middle of nowhere. What you want to do is bash them, get the cut stone. I'm pretty sure you guys know this trick already. But since these pig houses are kind of out here next to spider dens, they're just going to get killed by spiders. And essentially be useless. Because then their loot is going to go to waste because the spiders are going to eat them. What I like to do is put my pigskin in my backpack. That way if I die, anything around pigs and spiders won't be eating my pigskin, and then we can come back, you know. Obviously it sucks that you died, but you won't lose all your pigskin in the process. So, is there any other little pig houses around here? I don't think so. But yeah, let's go ahead and grab all this free gold. No sense in leaving good gold just lying around here. We can come back and grab these saplings as well when we're really trying to set up for a base. No need to clog the inventory from stuff that we already don't need. Like right now, we really don't need the bone shards and a couple other stuff in there, but I'm clogging it up anyway. So, There's another pig house. We can go ahead and demolish these. Don't worry about breaking these pig houses, guys. I highly recommend that you do, because they are placed way out here in the boonies, so there's literally no purpose for them. You can grab them and repurpose them for your own needs. Gonna grab a butterfly. Top our health off and our hunger. If you guys can, go ahead and start grabbing a bunch of butterflies in the morning, and then keep them with you and eat them as a little power snack if you guys are taking damage or if you guys can't kite effectively. It's a really good strategy. So by destroying all these pig houses, we're literally gathering materials enough for our base that we can tote around. I'll show you about the secret little phantom inventory that I like to call it when it comes to carrying around base supplies. We can literally make a pop-up base out of you know, meager gains. Okay, so remember that little science machine that we had? We don't have to invent boards or cut stone and waste all this stuff that we have, but we can if we need sanity. I'd save it for later. Go ahead and invent the electrical doodad. And then alchemy engine right there. And then we're good to go. We don't need the sanity right now, so there's no need to invent 50 things. Let's go ahead and get another pickaxe, so we're going to need it. And then go ahead and hammer your science machine down again. You're wasting a little bit of rocks and wood every time you're doing this, but it's nothing that you can't get. That's all replenishable in the world of Don't Starve. So grab all the gold that you can. So we shaved down a little bit of cut stone, gold, and boards by doing that. So we have a phantom inventory, as I like to call it. So we have this free alchemy engine that we can put anywhere we want, ready to go whenever we find a prime base location. Obviously we don't want a base over here. There's no resources, and there's really no point in being over here. And this is what I was talking about these pigs hanging out over here by themselves. They're just gonna get killed by spiders and then eaten. And their loot right there. We can pick that up if we're lucky. Yeah, we got lucky. And since there's a pig here, go ahead and smash this. Alright, grab a twig. Because I'm greedy, I want this still. And this monster meat. Yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and eat his remains. Ooh. That's a lucky build. Drop my hammer, but let me just grab all this stuff real quick. I mean, if the spiders really want to tango, just go ahead and mollywop them real quick. Quick kite them. No big deal. Ooh, I got greedy for that one. You can stun lock spiders. Don't do this with tier 2 nests nearby. You're gonna get swarmed. Unless you're really good at this. We can go ahead and pile this rocks on here. And we can get a free miner set. That's a nice boon. Let's go ahead and smash this real quick. Gonna need the bone shards for later. Oopsie. And then you can have this other secondary phantom inventory. Unlike Don't Starve, you can go ahead and grab your tools and stuff that you need like this. This miner hat's going to come in handy for later when we're exploring. So since it's about to be night and there's loot that I want to pick up here, let's go ahead and make a fire. And you guys can also make a fire pit. Cut down on some of the rocks that you're holding. That way you can pick up some more. So all these rocks that we left over here, we can just pick them up for later. So let's go ahead and cook up our meat. Our hefty meal. Cook seeds. Get a little bit of health, get a little bit of food. Just an easy little snack to have. They last for a good time in your inventory raw, but not so long when you toast them. So you can carry a bunch of them. You can live off seeds if you really want to. It's not the ideal thing that you want to be doing, but you can if you really need to. But yeah, top yourself off whenever you guys can. That way you guys aren't having too much of a rough time. And if you guys would like, you guys can go ahead and cook your grain caps now. That way you can have a little sanity boost. But I'd save them for your friends who love to lose their sanity. So right now we got a bunch of stuff on us. We're low on grass, but we still have a torch. And then we can get our twigs and everything else we need. Right now it's all about gathering. You're in the safest season of Don't Starve, quote unquote, air quote. There's nothing in the world that usually won't, already want to kill you, so you don't need to worry about bosses or weather or anything like that. You're literally just can hang out and harvest as much as you can and explore as much of the world map as you can. And I highly advise that you do that. Really get a look at what you have around you. What resources can you use? What animals can you hunt? What biomes are you close to? Are there pig houses nearby? Can you utilize said pigs? And don't panic. There you go. Never panic. Now the manure will come in handy for what I was using those bone shards for, so don't kill me on that one, guys. Let's go ahead and put our miner hat in our inventory so we don't lose it. Actually, totally forgot we had that miner's hat. That's why I built that fire. But it's okay. Let's go ahead and grab some grass. So we have 10 cut stone, 10 boards, some berry bushes. We got a bunch of stuff to start a base already. So we can go ahead and start a base soon, but I want to get an opinion from my comrades in the next episode, so I hope you guys stick around until then. That way we can pretty much get our base going and get a consensus of what we want to do with our server. So as the world map looks so far, in 4 days, one person literally just explored maybe like 2-3 biomes, found a couple traps, and a couple boons, and enough to make an alchemy engine and have a bunch of supplies for pretty much a small base to start up. That's just one person, depending on how many people you have and how organized you guys are. You guys can get all these materials and more in the first couple days and really get a base going. But right now I'm just being nitpicky, exploring for now, and just surviving by myself. We could be smashing more pig houses and stuff like that, but we're kind of on our max when it comes to these materials, so it'd be kind of a waste. But we could collect the pig skin, which is good to have, because then you can make pig helmets for the rest of your friends if you guys don't have armor. And if you guys have a Wigfrid, you guys can make a bunch of helmets and battle spears for everybody. I'd advise against the spears. I would only go for the helmets until you find a bunch of rocks, unless you find like 3 mosaic biomes, and go ahead. Or if you guys are brave enough to go in the caves. So just coming around this biome, I have a fair amount of equipment and resources and food for myself. Been surviving pretty well for myself. Nothing to it, guys. I'll show you guys how to prepare for winter and spring and other seasons, so if you guys have any questions about those, leave them in the comment, and then we'll do an episode about them when we have a bunch of people bustling around in here. So I'm curious about what's over here. Probably nothing, but ooh, what's going on over here? Now this is something interesting that you guys can find. If you guys didn't know what this is a set piece for a boss fight that you guys can do. And you guys can shoot through, all these pickaxes that I'm currently holding. So I can get rid of this pickaxe right here. And if you guys want marble to do something with marble later, you guys can totally pick it up here. There's the bishop. If you didn't notice, these are the clockworks. One's a bishop, and I believe this one's the knight. Yeah, that's the knight. We'll show you how to do those in another episode. That is a rough boss fight. You guys can go ahead and mine these for statue blueprints and more marble. And if you guys aren't doing anything with marble and you guys are just mining these to mine these, just be careful if you guys are low on flint. These absolutely love to devour pickaxes. Anything marble will eat through a pickaxe. Especially in the non-gold varieties. Like that. Now, we have the recipes here. Go ahead and put them here for safe grabbing later. You need to give these to a little marble station. Blue, yeah, it's a potter's wheel. You give it to that if you guys want to decorate your base. Let's go ahead and slam this for some more bone shards. You want to be doing that for every skeleton you guys can find. Simply it's free bone shards. Or if you have a friend who's actually really bad and dies a lot, you can just farm them for bone shards if you really want to. But like I said, if you guys aren't doing anything with marble, don't bother picking it up. It'll just it's a detriment to you at the moment because you're not using it. So there's no need to pick it up and waste inventory space. Now over here, I want to pick up all these frog legs. Oh, we can go ahead and carry something over there. If you guys ever wondered, it will drop your backpack when you pick that up. That is one of the pieces that you need to bring back to that set piece, and bring it to each respective statue to start a boss fight on. I think it's a new moon or a full moon. There's a couple steps to it, but we'll show you when we get to that point when we can start doing the bigger boss battles. Let's go ahead and grab some grass. Now you must be telling you guys yourself, so I'm running pretty low on food, but there's plenty of food to find, and don't starve together. Just gotta know where to look. We can go ahead and make a fire pit here to go ahead and end the episode on. Go ahead and eat this. And I got plenty of food around here. Now, I'm going to do something with this monster meat that I can't utilize appropriately because, you know, I don't have a crock pot. Or alternatively, if you guys have a Weber, you guys can trade him monster meat for regular food. He won't get any benefits of healing from other food, or sanity for that matter. But it's just a good filler to keep a Weber nice and healthy and topped off just with food. So you guys can do that and be like, hey, I found, you know, like 10 berries, but I'm running out of food. You can trade monster meat to Weber because it won't damage him. Or it won't chip his sanity as well. Okay. Seems to be nothing interesting in power. So let's go ahead and go back to our fire. And I'm going to go ahead and round out this series. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Our first little introduction to DST. So, thanks guys. If you guys are new here, go ahead and think about subscribing. And if you guys haven't already, hit the notification bell for the daily uploads and impromptu streams. Other than that guys, Discord and donation links are in the description below. If you guys want to help support the channel. I hope you guys like this kickoff to this series. I'm gonna try to make a real big base out of this and make it a nice big DST mega base, see how far we can get without, you know, everybody dying. So, other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a lovely day wherever you guys are. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.